Hi, this is Supreet here. Today we'll be continuing on the mirror principle from the other video where we covered the rule 1 and rule 2 of the mirror principle. I hope you got a chance to take a look at that video. If not, I will put the link for it in the comment section and you could go through the same whenever you have time. So we'll start by covering the rule 3 of the mirror principle, which is the time delay principle, right? So what do you mean by time delay, right? So in rule 1 and in rule 2, what we covered is, the mirror is dual, so it would kind of reflect what is your internal belief about yourself, right? And the mirror has a hidden part which is all space, right? And in the rule 2 we covered unity briefly, which is like the alignment between your heart and mind, right? So say you have followed this principle of mirror religiously, and you have achieved the unity, and you also have upgraded or shifted your beliefs and attitudes. Now, how long will it take for you to achieve your goals or achieve the transformation that you're looking for, right? Yeah, but the answer for that is it depends. And why does it depend, right? I hope you can see this drawing that I'm trying to show you. It's just set of numbers, right? So assume your goal is to achieve $1 million, right? And you have 900k today, right? So for you to conceive the extra 100k is very easy, right? Because the frequency difference or the energy difference between these two numbers is relatively small. The same holds for, say you're, aiming to buy a car which is 30 lakhs and you drive a car which is like 15 or 20 lakhs, right? So the differential is very low. So for you to conceive that is naturally easy. So the resistance to believe that or the resistance that you would offer to the mirror is very little, right? So that's the point. I hope you get the point. Now let's look at the second set of numbers, right? So assume your goal is to make $1 million still, but you're currently making or having only $10,000, right? Now the differential is huge, right? So and you need to make 100x more, right? And so not just your beliefs, but also the change in your energy level, the change in your frequency at a quantum level is huge, and hence it's going to take longer. So there's no fixed answer as to how long will it take for you to attain your goal or achieve what you want to achieve in any sense. It could be in spiritual sense as well, like if you're just a beginner who's just learning to center himself, just beginning doing those baby steps in meditation to achieve nirvana or the state of enlightenment is going to take longer naturally, right? Now there's one very important concept that you need to kind of understand with regards to time delay, and that in fact would drive whether you would achieve your goal or not, right? So this concept is something called the concept of inflection, or we all know this rule. We are science students, so we all know the inflection point with respect to metals and all. So let me explain this graph a bit, right? So as you start doing your work, you're going from zero and then you're growing, you're correcting your attitudes, beliefs, everything, And so the mirror starts reflecting that slowly, slowly, right? And due to the time delay, right, the inflection point takes longer to achieve, right? You can see that. And your goal is somewhere above that. But right around that inflection point is when you start giving up, when most people start giving up, right? I have done that numerous times. I've seen people, my friends do that. I've seen my students do that, and hence I'm bringing this up, right? So what happens? Like, your negative beliefs. The dotted graph is actually your negative beliefs. Your negative beliefs are kind of going down, right? As the mirror starts reflecting the same, right? But around this inflection point, you give up, and then you say, no, this is not going to work for me. No, this is probably not for me. I'm not probably good enough. You need to be lucky. And then you start blaming things. So your negative beliefs start going up again, and hence the mirror starts reflecting the same. And so to kind of tackle this, I think what is really required is a strong belief, a strong resolve, right? And what I call outer intention, right? So outer intention actually gives rise to consistency. Now, what is outer intention? Right? So there are two kinds of intentions. An outer intention is something which you connect to the universe or the higher self, right? And inner intention is more self-oriented. It's internal to you. You want to achieve. You want to earn if amount in your salary. That's more like an inner intention. Now, what could be an outer intention? Outer intention is something where you're tying your goal to something that will help the universe do a better job at balancing out, right? So say your intention is somehow going to have a social impact, right? You're going to build a business that has a social impact, right? It's going to uplift people, right? Or you're setting up an industry which gives employment to hundreds of thousands of people, right? That is outer intention, right? And it needs to be sincere, it needs to be pure, right? Like, say you set up a business and you say 50% of whatever I earn here straight away goes to underprivileged people, right? So you are doing the universe's task or the God's task, and that has a lot more powerful meaning, a lot more powerful energy, and you will feel empowered, and hence that consistency would come in your task. Whereas something which is internal to you is generally very short-lived and shallow, according to me. So consistency, outer intention, belief, and resolve. This would get you past that inflection point, and you would be able to achieve your goals. Now the rule number 4. The rule number 4 is actually a very well-known thing. You kind of find what you're looking for, right? It's also in very popular terms called self-fulfilling prophecy, right? So for example, you think that the current economy is very bad, right? So you will find articles, you will find examples, you will find companies closing down. You'll read, or you'll see news on the television saying that XYZ big company has laid off people, right? So you'll always find information to reinforce what you believe, right? And that's also the rule number 4 of the mirror. You would find what you're looking for. So the mirror would actually show you what you are looking for. So if you feel that you're ugly, you're going to see an ugly reflection of yourself in the mirror, right? If you feel that I don't get respect, the mirror would reflect that you would never get respect, right? I'll just give you a small example to kind of, from my personal experience, to kind of reinforce this point further. So when the subprime crisis occurred in 2008-9, I was actually desperately hunting for a job because I had to relocate back to my home for personal reasons. And everyone I spoke to, everyone pretty much I spoke to, told me the market is bad, you will not find a job, jobs are hard to come by. But somehow I kept telling a story to myself saying that I just need one job, it should not be hard to find. And guess what? 2 months later, I had 2 job offers, in fact, and I could relocate back home comfortably. So you find what you're looking for, okay? Yeah. So the activity for today is, think about the time delay scenarios that we talked about. Write down a few scenarios where you kind of retrospectively are able to think and say that, okay, I was almost there but I gave up, right? And write it down in the comments below. That would kind of help everyone who is viewing these videos and looking for inspiration. Thanks. Have a good day.